Jesus explains no 7-year tribulation. Narrated by Daniel. If anyone invests a little time to read Pawns in the Game by William Guy Carr and examines the agenda of the protocols of the learned elders of Zion, they shall be wise in their understanding as to how sincere church leaders and pastors have been duped into teaching their congregations incorrectly concerning end times. Well-meaning folk who have dedicated their lives to serve Jesus and then went off to seminary to be grounded and accredited in their calling, so that they could teach the Word of God in truth, end up being coerced on so many fronts into positions where they teach a compromised gospel. They teach what the globalists want Christians to hear and believe, and not what Jesus and His Word intends for us to understand, especially concerning end times. The tongue is a little member, and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth. When I spoke to my disciples concerning my coming again, I never spoke of a 7-year tribulation. Yes, I spoke concerning Daniel's 70th week, the last 7 years before my return. But I did not say nor imply that the whole of the 7 years shall be a time of tribulation. To the contrary, elsewhere my word states that the world shall be proclaiming a time of peace and safety during the first half of Daniel's 70th week. My word says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then cometh sudden destruction upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. This is speaking about the time of peace and safety during the first half of Daniel's 70th week, when the Jews shall rebuild their temple and have their daily sacrifice, until the midst of the week, when the Antichrist shall cause the daily sacrifice to cease and places the abomination of desolation in the temple, which begins the great tribulation that shall last throughout the second half of Daniel's 70th week. Allow me to illustrate. Three and a half years of peace and safety, and then 3.5 years of great tribulation. But I never spoke of a 7-year tribulation. I only ever spoke of a 3.5 year great tribulation. I said that when you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, I shall speak more about this in a moment. I said then shall be great tribulation, a time of great trouble, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. The first 3.5 years of Daniel's 70th week shall be a time of peace and safety, in which the Jews shall rebuild their temple in Jerusalem and proclaim it as the temple of God for all the world to worship, not knowing that I dwell not in temples made with hands, and that those who worship must worship in spirit and in truth. For this cause, to this day, Israel remains blind in part, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. This time of great tribulation has not happened yet. And yet, some claim that this prophecy has been fulfilled. How could this be? For I specifically said that seeing the abomination of desolation shall mark the beginning of the great tribulation, a time of great trouble, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. I then went on to say that immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven at my appearing in the clouds, together all that believe on me. All these things have not happened yet. Therefore take heed that no man deceive you. For many false teachers shall arise, saying that I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Many preachers and teachers today say that I am the Lord, but teach end times incorrectly. I couldn't have made these things any clearer. And yet, there are those today who twist the scriptures and claim that my words were only for the Jews, when my word states clearly that what I said to all. Beloved, I pray not that ye be taken out of the world, but that ye be kept from the evil. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. These things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. Coming next, Jesus explains no peace treaty. So be sure to subscribe, like, and share this channel. Thank you, and God bless.